Good morning, Nathan.
Good morning, Oren. So, breakfast, I don't know if it's the most important meal of the day, but it's certainly a meal that gets me off to a bad start a lot of the time. Because,
Why?
Well, because I wake up and the first thing I have to do is try to figure out some way to eat.
Yeah, that's that.
A chore. You wake up and you have a chore.
Well, you're just trying to experience being a human. You're
and I'm pre-coffee right now, and so what I do is I wake up and I go, and then I have to try to scramble around, and usually I just like make a bagel, and my toasted bagel, I put butter on it, I eat the bagel.
That's not too bad.
Or I put peanut butter on it.
Okay. Well, a bagel with peanut butter is not too bad. See, you think, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. That's a fine breakfast.
Okay.
Okay. That's a perfectly fine breakfast.
Okay.
I'm gonna make another suggestion.
Pre-coffee.
Which I don't know what pre-coffee means. I don't drink coffee.
Oren doesn't drink coffee, but I am
an
an addict, which means that I am not myself until coffee gets in.
When I drink coffee, it is a very
bad
strange
things
experience.
Happen. We're not going to let
I can feel the blood pulsing in my brain. So do you want to go over to the stove and just grab the two bowls over there?
Okay.
So I made us oatmeal. And I didn't even show us making the oatmeal because oatmeal is ridiculously easy to make. And
you say that.
The reason it's ridiculously easy to make is there's instructions on the box. And so this is.
Do we have the box?
Yeah. So the box is right back here, and these are not even the long cooking oats. These are 1 minute oats. So the amount of time that it would take you to toast the bagel and put the peanut butter on it, you can make the oats.
Well, it says on it. It says 1 minute oats.
So you boil water, you put the oats in. The measurements are right here.
Oh, preparing great oatmeal.
And that's it.
Combine water or milk and salt in a bowl. Stir in the oats. And then cook. Either microwave or cook.
And then you're done. Right? And then you can add whatever you want. So I think we should add some blueberries. I like blueberries. You like blueberries.
I do like blueberries.
Blueberries are good for you. Oatmeal is very good for you.
Okay, so this is a healthy breakfast.
This is a healthy breakfast.
Blueberries and oatmeal.
It gives you energy. It's blueberries and oatmeal. We haven't eaten, so I'm going to give you a spoon. There's no spoon in that drawer because this is an empty house.
Okay,
so we have breakfast. But you supposedly need something else. Now, we're going to learn how to make a more involved breakfast, but this breakfast works.
Yes.
And you can add maple syrup, or you could add, other things if you wanted to make it taste differently.
Okay.
You can kind of add whatever you want.
Yeah.
I also have a friend that likes savory oatmeal instead. You could do that.
Savory oatmeal, what is that?
It's just, oatmeal is just oats.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be sweet.
Yeah, so what would that be?
Well, what savory things do you like?
I don't know.
Okay, I know for a fact that you like Parmesan cheese.
You can put Parmesan cheese on oatmeal?
Why wouldn't you?
In oatmeal?
Why wouldn't you?
In oatmeal? That's so strange.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. It feels wrong.
Look, every chef can govern. You're the governor of your own food wonderland.
The whole thing where it's like, you could do
anything
whatever
you want
like,
as long as you don't poison anyone.
Well, I was thinking yesterday about how the tacos that we made for dinner, they weren't beautiful.
No.
In fact, the thing that we had in the pan looked kind of like a mush.
Yeah.
Right? And it was not gorgeous. And you had told me that I could if I hacked the sweet potatoes, it didn't really matter what shapes they were in as long as they were small enough for boiling, because that was the criterion. And then when I ate it, my shocked look on my face it turned out to be delicious.
You made a delicious thing.
And it's true that my values in terms of what I'm seeking to get out of food, beauty is not part of it, but taste definitely is.
If you wanted beauty to be part of it, you could say, "Oh, I really want my food to look beautiful." But that's not what I understand from you. Yeah. What I understand from you is you want to get food that actually sustains you through the day. Yeah. And that's pretty healthy. Well, and that you like.
Yeah, because I want it to be reasonably tasty. I want it to be able to, and I want it to be sustainable. By which I mean, I want things that I could do over and over again, because you know, you watch people make delicious things, and you might make it once as a project, but
right,
they're
you put
like
a ton of investment.
But they're like project food.
Right.
They're like, I'm gonna make the.
Well, so this is actually why I think oatmeal is good.
Yeah.
So this was pretty cheap. This for one person is probably like 20 days worth of breakfasts. Possibly more.
Yeah, that's a very cheap breakfast.
It takes a couple of minutes, and you can vary it if you want, right? You could put different fruit, you could put different things in it, but really you could do the same thing again and again and again.
Blueberries are good. Wow.
Blueberries are good.
Oatmeal's pretty tasty. Other berries.
You could use other berries. You could chop some apples. You could do whatever you want.
But
oatmeal, like I feel like we're talking about oatmeal like it's a revelation. It's obviously not a revelation, but it is. But if you're like, oh, what should I eat?
Yeah.
What will actually sustain me and taste good? Here,
nobody's going to talk about 1 minute oats on any other cooking video.
Because why would you?
But we are here to appreciate 1 minute oats as kind of a magical, cheap way to keep yourself fed. And to not have it taste bad. Oatmeal is
so. There's also longer cooking oats that I think taste better.
Oh yes. What about steel cut oats?
So I like steel cut oats. I only like steel cut oats because they have a better texture, in my opinion.
Only like steel cut oats.
No, not only amongst all the oats.
Oh, I see.
That's the reason I like them. The reason I like them is because they have a better texture. But even there, I put them on the stove.
Yeah.
I go take a shower. I come back.
Because they take
the
longer.
oats are done.
Yeah.
They take about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah. But see, I think for me, it's not going to make enough of a difference.
No.
To be worth the difference. Right?
It won't. But that's the whole thing about trying out different foods. So you figure out, okay, texture makes a huge difference for me, or taste makes a huge difference, or time makes a huge difference.
Because I bought steel cut oats once, and then I realized that they take 20 minutes, and why this addition is not necessary for me. And I bought them and I know that I bought them because they sounded fancy.
Yeah,
that was the reason.
And because it has the little metal tin.
It looked like a fancy oat. It looked like a fancy, and but this is fine.
But this is fun. This is staying. This is hearty.
But she said we're having something else for breakfast as well.
Yeah, so we're gonna make a couple of things, but before we do, I hear that you can't function without coffee.
I can't function without coffee. This is a problem.
I don't know how to make coffee. Do you want to tell me?
Well, I don't really know how to make coffee. I just have to drink coffee. So
that's fine.
I have a method, essentially, that I use, which is I take this AeroPress, pop it in, Cafe du Monde coffee and chicory.
The best, the king of coffees?
Well, you know, I've been told by my friend who runs a coffee shop here that it's a bullshit gimmick and that nobody here drinks coffee and chicory. But I don't care. I like it.
You like a little bit of a bullshit gimmick.
I'm into. Sometimes, you know, you want things that are real and true. The thing is, every coffee person watching this is probably going to be completely horrified by.
But does that matter?
But that's the thing.
This is cooking with clumsies. This isn't cooking with professionals.
This is the thing is, I don't care. I don't care what they think.
Also, so I have a question for you.
Yes.
How do you know how to do this?
Because my parents drink a lot of coffee. So I have, you know, my mother is fantastic at cooking, but I just never watched, so I never learned anything.
But you watched them make the coffee?
But I've seen them make coffee enough to where I know how to make coffee.
Okay, because to me, coffee is a ridiculous magical process.
Okay,
much like cooking is to you.
That's interesting. This is a real interesting role reversal.
My dad drinks Nescafe, which is the instant powdered Nestle coffee product.
Oh, so you're not from a coffee family. Well, so what I have done is I have just frothed the milk, and I am going to...
Why have you frothed the milk?
Because it's nice. It gets nice and foamy.
I mean, it seems like
it just takes... texture.
It just seems like it takes longer, and you could just put milk in it.
You could just put milk in it, but first you're going to have to have warm milk. So you're going to warm the... Well, because unless you... I like a hot cup of coffee, right?
I'm just asking the questions.
I like a hot cup of coffee. And there's something nice about the foaminess. There's something. Actually, milk foam is lovely. My mother just loves milk foam. I don't love milk foam, but I like milk foam. It has a nice thing. Oh, we have boiling water here.
Bless you.
Okay.
You know the other reason I'm asking you, though?
Why are you asking? Yeah, because you want to know if I know why I do the things I do?
Well, I want... Because you have an impression about food that anything that's not utilitarian about food is a waste of time. I just want to tell you that you're not making coffee in the most efficient way. This isn't the most efficient way to get caffeine into your body. Right? You don't have to... Oh, that's some babies.
I just microwave this, and again, because I put the milk in the microwave, I'm sure all these because you don't know how fancy espresso people are.
I'm sure they're terrible.
They're snobs.
But
they're snobs.
You don't. But you don't have to foam the milk, right?
No,
you don't have to do any of this.
You don't have to foam the milk. But you could have if you. Yes, I like it. It's kind of a ritual for me. And this AeroPress thing, which people love these things, and you are supposed to push this thing in to give it a high pressure to force the coffee through at high pressure.
Okay.
Which makes it, I think, thicker and stronger. Again, all the fucking coffee snobs are like, I can hear them already.
But the goal is basically to get the brown water out, right?
Yeah, the goal is to get the brown water out. And frankly, even without doing the pressure thing, a pretty strong cup of coffee comes out at the bottom end here. So there's that. Again, a nice little touch that I like is a bit of Starbucks vanilla syrup.
Even I know a coffee snob would be like, this is ridiculous.
Well, actually, it's not too bad. The syrups are just like, they don't really vary. The fact that it's Starbucks is not. And then,
do you not taste the coffee because of the syrup?
No, actually, okay, the real coffee snobs hate syrup. That's true, but most coffee places have syrups. Okay, so there we have.
That's a nice looking cup of coffee.
And it's not gonna win any barista awards. It's not going to.
It doesn't have to. So what I hear you saying is that anyone could make a cup of coffee.
Anyone can make a cup of coffee, and frankly, anyone can make a cup of coffee with some nice foam on top.